Before there was evil, before there was sin, before the world was even formed, there was Lucifer, the brightest and most magnificent of all the angels in heaven. His name means light-bearer or shining one. According to Ezekiel 28:12-15, he was created by God himself, perfect in wisdom and beauty. His body was adorned with precious stones: sardius, topaz, diamond, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and emerald, all set in gold. From the day he was created, he radiated splendor unlike any other being in God's creation. Lucifer was not an ordinary angel. He was an anointed cherub who covered. This means he held a position of extreme authority and closeness to God's throne. He had direct access to the very presence of the Almighty. His role may have been to lead worship in heaven. Some believe, based on Ezekiel's description, that his very being was designed for music. His timbrels and pipes prepared for him on the day he was created. Imagine an angel whose voice and form produced the sound of heaven's praise. Lucifer was a leader, a guardian, a masterpiece of God's handiwork. Isaiah 14:12-14 gives us another glimpse. Lucifer was called the morning star, or son of the dawn. This title speaks of brilliance, honor, and position. He was highly exalted, possibly among the highest ranking of all angels. Many scholars believe he was one of three great archangels, Lucifer, Michael, and Gabriel, each entrusted with unique authority over the angelic hosts. In heaven, Lucifer's life was filled with the majesty of God's glory. He walked on the holy mountain of God and moved in the midst of the stones of fire. Ezekiel 28:14. These poetic phrases describe a closeness to God's power and holiness that few could imagine. There was no darkness in him, no flaw, no corruption. He was perfect. But perfection is not immune to pride. At some point in eternity past, something shifted within Lucifer's heart. Surrounded by beauty, honored with authority, and adored by the angelic hosts, he began to look at himself instead of the one who created him. Isaiah records his inner thoughts. "I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself like the Most High." Lucifer wanted more than his role as a servant. He wanted the throne of God. His beauty blinded him. His wisdom was corrupted by his splendor. Pride, the seed of all sin, was born. What was life like for Lucifer before this rebellion? It was pure glory. He witnessed creation at its earliest moments. He heard the voice of God speak galaxies into existence. He stood among the heavenly hosts as they worshipped endlessly, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty." He may have even been the one to lead that worship, his voice echoing through heaven's halls, calling angels into harmony. His days were filled with the radiance of God's presence, a place where no shadow could fall. He had everything, but wanted more. Lucifer's fall was not sudden. It began as a whisper in the heart, a dangerous thought left unchecked. Perhaps he imagined himself ruling over angels, shaping creation according to his own will. The thought grew, feeding on vanity, until it became an open rebellion. Revelation 12:4 hints that a third of the angels joined his cause. They saw his beauty, his strength, and his promise of power, and they followed him. But no creature can overthrow the Creator. Before he became Satan, the adversary, Lucifer lived as the most glorious being heaven had ever seen. His life was one of music, light, leadership, and unparalleled access to God's throne. But in the end, pride turned that beauty into ugliness, and glory into disgrace. His story is a warning that no matter how high we rise, our purpose is always to serve, never to surpass, the one who made us.